Hey everyone, it's Brian and John with Workshop Addict, and today we want to go over Arbortech's new turbo shaft. Now this shaft goes on a grinder and allows you to do a lot of freehand carving of signs and almost anything that you'd like. Very cool little deal.
Arbortech is a company, they've been doing a lot of stuff with grinders. So they have, you take your grinder and they have an attachment. We did the turbo plane, I believe last year, year and a half ago. There's also a contour sander, everything goes with the grinder. Now this turbo shaft is pretty special and cool. It has two carbide cutters on each side. So, and they're interchangeable. You can rotate them as they dull out and replace them as they go bad. But basically when this spins, these carbide cutters are cutting a groove. And it's gonna leave a little dimple in the middle. So it won't be a flat bottom, so you actually have to move it a little bit more if you want a bigger circle and be able to get past that dimple. But let me first start off by saying I am not an artistic person, and freehand stuff is really tough for me. How about you?
Yeah, I'll try something just for fun, but it will never look good.
Now, that being said, we were outside working with this for a while, just trying to see what we could do. And actually, with a little bit of practice, you can actually make some decent letters. Now, this thing's all gnarled up because
this is the beginning of my go home that I'm going to have a bear. Yeah.
We actually started off with a B and a C, and just trying to see if you can do freehand letters. And you know, if we took a little bit more time with this, we could do this for sure. And there's a couple other things you can do with this. We were edging this piece of wood by running. There's a stop collar on it that you can also add to this turbo shaft. So if you want to make letters or some designs at a certain depth and keep it even, you can add the stop collar to it. Well, we just decided to take the stop collar and run it across the edge, much like you would a bearing on a router bit. And we were able to come up with a really consistent groove across the bottom. You know, big deal, yeah, but it is another piece of design you can do.
For us it was.
Yeah, and when playing with this for just a little while, we started getting decent at it, and I plan on taking and making, I'm gonna take a log or a stump or something, I'm gonna try to make a coffee mug out of it, and it's not gonna be anything, it'll be really rough. And I'm gonna try to finish it off and have one of the kids give it to the wife with a plant in it or something, and she can put it out in their garden. But if you're creative and got any artistic talent,
oh, that would be where it's at. I can just, you know, I can see so many different uses for it. And when you see people carving with chainsaws and they want to catch up, do a little fine work, or add some sort of indentation that you couldn't get with a chainsaw, be it small or any different type of carving like that, that's just going to be a game changer.
Yeah, not only can you do letters like this and have this whole shaft, but Brian was also taking it on the edge and he was kind of adding decorations to it. And if you were a chainsaw cutter, you know, artist, you could really probably extend your game with this and do some cool stuff. It comes with an Allen wrench to set your stop collar, and it also comes with another one to replace your carbide cutting wheels if you need to replace them or rotate them, because the wheels are only using maybe 25 to 30% of its cutting surface right now, so when it dulls you can spin it. But basically Brian's going to show you how it just goes onto a grinder and you're freehanding. The other thing I thought was pretty cool, and I was wondering this from the start, was once you started cutting in, was it going to take off on you, you know, and run away from you and be hard to control? It really wasn't.
Depending on the grain, I mean, in some cases it never ran away, but you had to control it a little differently, and I think that's a knack that a lot of carvers have.
It's going to be a touch.
They probably can see that, you know, while they're cutting through and know, hey, this is going to be a weird cut.
Plus, if you do a lighter cut versus trying to dig in, you know,
yeah,
it takes a little bit of touch. But if you're somebody who's artistic and, you know, really is creative and wants to go out there and freehand stuff, this could be neat. Now, it also can be used with templates. So if you've got letter templates, you could use that and really make it a nice looking letters.
I think it's huge. You know, a lot of people were really interested in it. We put out a first blog that this was coming, and there's a lot of guys that are waiting for it, and I really hope that you guys will show us some of the things that you're making and kind of give us an idea of how much talent it takes to use this, because there are people out there that do amazing things, and this could just step it up.
Two more things. If this ever gets stuck on your grinder or you just don't have the grip for it, it has two flat surfaces, so you could take a pair of channel locks or whatever and, you know, spin it off. No problem.
If you go the right way, right?
Yeah. Another thing is, like I said, I'm not really artistic talented, but this is something that's unique. You can't do this with any other tool. I can't think of another tool in the shop that you could pick up and do this kind of stuff. Can you?
Well, I mean, you could try to do it with a router, but it sure isn't going to give you the ability to go out and carve something else. I mean, you could do this.
You can do letters with a router.
But you couldn't do anything else with it like that.
You couldn't do the rest of the gamuts with this. This is a unique tool that you can't do with anything else in your shop.
Yep.
So take a look at Arbortech's tools. They have more than, they have the turbo shaft, they got the turbo plane, they've got a whole bunch of other micro carvers, and they even have stuff for concrete and brick for mortar. So very unique company. Go take a look and see what they got, and if you go over to their site, tell them Workshop Addict sent you.
Yeah. Thanks for watching this video. Stop by our site. Let us know what you've done with this. If you leave it on the blog or if you leave it in the forum, either one, just give us a comment. Say, hey, we like it. We've done something with it. It's awesome. And stop by our site, though. We'd really appreciate to hear your projects, your woodworking, your metal fabrication, your home improvement. We all talk about it, and there's a lot of great people on that site. So subscribe to our channel. Give this video a like. And give Arbortech a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Talk to you later.